Hello everybody, my name is Star Raptor. This is another episode of This Week in Star Wars Canon. You guys know the drill. Every week I go over everything in Star Wars continuity. This could be anything ranging from the TV series, to the comics, to the novels, and to the video games. And with this week, it brought us the last issue of Obi-Wan and Anakin. So, what happened in this issue? This was, like I said, the last issue. So we have Anakin that was captured by the people of the Open. And then we had Obi-Wan who was with the salvager named Sarah. And basically, the war of the Open and the close of the people on Canon 4 came to a focal point where the scavenger lives. We know this person took all the antiquities from war, so now everybody's fighting there. And Obi-Wan is trying to explain to this person about what's going on with the Jedi Order, and then this war happens. So Anakin comes in and saves the day with all the children of the Open, and then the Republic also comes in the nick of time to basically sort everything out. And then Anakin, after going through the trials on this planet, decides he would rather stay with Obi-Wan and continue his training rather than leave like he had thought before. So, positives of this issue. I really liked the artwork of Chiquetto. I think that's how you pronounce his name. He was also in Shattered Empire. Yes, he is really good at doing these like big splash kind of pages of the war. I really liked how they had the mechs, the big mechs, way more basically powerful than the AT-STs for sure. Really, really cool looking things that Anakin helped repair, and they sent him out there. I also really liked the exchange between Obi-Wan and Sarah the Scavenger. Now, most people in the galaxy have never seen a Jedi, so therefore they don't even know what a Sith is. So, basically, everybody thinks a Jedi, everything is a Jedi is a Jedi. There's no bad Jedi. Well, this person got the wrong impression from a holovid that was, like, frozen, so basically she thought all Jedi killed people. Now, this is obviously wrong, and Obi-Wan was spending the majority of this comic trying to explain to this lady that, you know, not Jedi do not kill. It's not in their nature. So I thought it was really interesting how we get that perspective of like a human thinking about, or you know, any person, doesn't have to be human, of a person thinking about who Jedi are. They're just not widespread enough the knowledge of them for people to really comprehend what their actual role is in the galaxy. And finally, I liked how Anakin was being like showcased as a mechanic very well. He built those like little ships for the children of the Open to come in and kind of save Obi-Wan. Well, not really save him, but they kind of jumped back into the war. A couple things I didn't really like about this issue was, first of all, there was a really weird panel transition kind of thing where Obi-Wan's like about to be destroyed, and then he gets like rescued by Anakin on the little speeder he built with all those kids I was talking about. Yeah, it just was really weird, because one minute he's about to get killed, next minute he's like flying on this thing. It's like, alright, where the hell did Anakin come from? And just like the whole, I feel like the conclusion to this series and this issue was just not really that well executed. We didn't really hear what happens with the Open and close. Now, is the Republic going to come in? And I would have liked to see a panel between the mother and Grecker, who are basically the people, the representatives that we've seen of both the closed faction and the Open faction. We can assume that the Republic's going to keep peace because Obi-Wan told them that the planet was like Tabana gas mine, so they obviously don't want infighting on there while they're trying to get the resources. So just now that this is the last issue, an overall thought of Obi-Wan and Anakin series. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it more in the beginning. I think the first issue really was setting the bar high, and in the last few issues for me just didn't really hit where I wanted it to. Probably the best part about this entire series is just like the flashbacks with Palpatine and with Anakin basically talking about what's going on with his training, and giving Anakin second thoughts of like other preaching of what the Jedi are and stuff. So you see Palpatine planting the seeds so early in Anakin to turn on the dark side when he's like, I think he's like 12 in this comic book series. Another thing that this comic series did really well was basically build a strong relationship between Obi-Wan and Anakin. So we have Obi-Wan and Anakin, who is basically, we have Obi-Wan, who is given the wish of Qui-Gon to basically go ahead and train Anakin, even though Obi-Wan didn't really want him to do that. So Obi-Wan was never really wanted to have Anakin. So we see how they kind of form that bond that carries them through so well into Attack of the Clones, because as we know, this takes place in between Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones. So I think they executed this really cool. I like the whole thing about Anakin wanting to leave the Jedi Order so young, and how this whole arc kind of follows through with him wanting to stay. I thought that was really executed well. Things I didn't really like about the whole Obi-Wan Anakin series is just how it kind of ended on this last issue. Kind of left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. Like, how was the Republic able to come there so quickly after they just sent out the transmission? It just sent like, and the whole resolution between the two factions I thought could have been handled a little well. But if you guys are really interested in relationships of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and Anakin and Palpatine, you guys got to pick this up. You can pick up single issues. I'm sure they're going to have a trade in a month or two now that the series is finished up. But that wasn't all that was in canon this week. We also had issue number 19 of Star Wars, the main series. So this is the last issue for this arc in Star Wars, the Rebel Jail arc. So what's basically happened is Luke and Han have come to the rescue of Leia, but little beknownst to them, they were held at gunpoint and held hostage by, this mysterious character that I don't want to reveal the identity of because it's a huge shocker, and you guys should definitely read the annual #1. But I will get to that later. So yes, they are held hostage, and Leia is left with this really big decision of either killing Sana, who is or not Sana, sorry, Afra, Dr. Afra, to kill her because she's an Imperial prisoner, and she could save Han and Luke by doing that, because this extremist character that's in the armor is pro-rebels and basically assaulted the prison to basically eradicate all of the Imperial prisoners, because he's like basically a terrorist, but for the rebellion, just an uber terrorist. So that basically happens, and basically C-3PO sets off an EMP charge that basically knocks out the gravitational generator, so everybody starts floating in zero G. It's really cool. There's this fight that goes on, and basically Afra and Sana and Leia all take out this enforcer dude. So we finish up that storyline, and basically they get the enforcer guy, and the rebels get him, and then basically everything. Oh yeah, Afra actually gets sent away. Leia lets her escape by using Sana to basically kick her into an escape pod. It was kind of really interesting. But basically, it's a really great issue, and I'll go over my strengths of the issue right now. First off, I really like the stakes of the whole introduction into this issue. We have Leia, like I said, trying to make this difficult decision. Does she want to kill somebody to save her friends, basically? And we've known Leia to be a sympathizer and try to be altruistic and not kill if it's absolutely possible not to. So we really get into her head, and I think just this arc entirely is one of the best representations of Leia as a character. Also, Bloodline, you can check out my review in that card over there. It's another excellent depiction of Leia in her role. So I really loved how well they nailed Leia. Also, the reveal of the character of what I'm pegging as the Enforcer. the guy in the armor. Yes, he's got a really, really cool identity. Guys, make sure you go back and read Star Wars Annual #1, because, spoiler alert, that character is in there. So you gotta check that out, because there's a big crossover between that. And like I mentioned before, a zero-G fight between everybody at the prison. I forgot to mention we also get more of the relationship kind of triggered between Sana and Afro. Like there's definitely history there, and she still doesn't want to reveal that to Leia, who asks later in the issue. So really interesting. And finally, guys, there's a reveal at the end of the issue, which leads us into, I believe, issue number 20 or 21 of Star Wars, the next arc. So we got these really cool stormtroopers with a lightsaber. I mean, come on, a stormtrooper with a green lightsaber. I don't know what's more badass than that. Frankly, it's something crazy. But this arc of Star Wars, the Rebel Jail arc, Jason Aaron is continuing to craft such incredible storylines for Star Wars, and taking us in places that I never thought we would go. Like I said, this is basically the Leia arc, if I can name it. Yes, there were some great parts with Han and Luke, especially. I mean, the Nerf herders going out to do smuggling, that was absolutely hilarious. You know, we're getting that little bit of the info from Empire and different other little lines from the movie now getting sprinkled in and elaborating more, which I really, really love. So, guys, definitely want to check out Star Wars. This series is so consistent. It just seems like it's getting better, certainly from the first arc. So definitely check that out. That is going to do it for this week in Star Wars canon. Guys, you can comment down below, discuss what is your favorite Marvel comics so far. What are you looking forward to? There's a lot of stuff coming out on the horizon. Let's continue the discussion. If you like this video, please hit that subscribe button. It's going to give you easier access to my videos. You can stay up to date so you never have to miss any. Speaking of uploads, I also do a weekly Game of Thrones recap show called Recap of Thrones. So if you're a big fan, definitely check that out. I break down basically every episode and speculate. So I'm also part of a music podcast, weekly show called Audio Addiction. We talk everything about music. So if you're a fan of music, check that out and make sure you give us a sub on there too. So you can follow me on Twitter at StarRaptor, as well as like my Facebook page at StarRaptor. Thanks for watching, everybody, and may the Force be with you.